All right, so here's a question for you. If you couldn't drive, bathe yourself, or feed yourself, would you need to be moved into a living care facility? Hey, it's a valid question. 6 months ago when I retired, I really didn't think I'd be put in this position this early in my life. I'm only 61 years old. And unfortunately, not everybody has a partner who retired with them who's able to stay full time and take care of you. Luckily, I am. And along with that, I'm also lucky that I've got quite a few adult children who can help my wife with the daily chores if she needs them, like mowing the grass and things like that, because, I can only be left alone for so long because I am pretty much, it's only short term, but I'm not able to drive myself. I do struggle with walking. I have to use a walker. So, I'm pretty limited in what I can do. So what happened is about 30 days ago, I had a subdermal hematoma, and that's pretty much limited what I can do in life. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I have to, like I just said, I have to use a walker. I can do a lot of things. I'm getting a lot of my dexterity back, but I have severe brain fog. And what that looks like basically is everything just moves kind of slowly. Like when I turn my head and look, everything just moves slower than normal. My speech patterns are slower, as you can probably tell in this video. And I ended up having to have 5 different surgeries in about 7 to 14 days, where they actually ended up having to take part of my skull cap off, and you can see the incisions there. And they took it out and they had to freeze it and let my brain kind of settle in, and that took a few days. And then they went ahead and they put the skull cap back on, and everything is good. It should be just short term, 3 to 6 months, but still 3 to 6 months is a long time. And if I didn't have this support network around me, I would have to go into a living care facility. And I don't have that budgeted in my plan to, maintain my house and go into a living facility long term. Short term, I could probably survive. I'd probably be okay with that. But long term, I wouldn't be. So, I've decided to go ahead and self-insure, which means if something were to happen to me long term and I didn't have my wife who could take care of me and I had to go in a living facility, I would have to sell my properties to go ahead and pay for that. So I'm going to strongly suggest that when you build your retirement plan, look at the system around you, look at the people around you, and see what does that look like if you have a long-term health care situation where you have to go into a living facility for, say, 6 months to a year. What does that look like? If that's going to devastate your plan, then you may need to take a look at your plan a little closer and figure out whether you need to make adjustments in your retirement plan. All right, and so a couple other things that you can think about with the system that you have around you, with your partner, with your adult children, friends play a big part, is you would be so surprised how much their support helps you in your healing. I can't tell you how much better I felt with all the people who came, and a lot of them were having to drive clear to Lubbock, Texas, which is about 3 hours away, to visit me. My adult children were coming down every weekend, spending the weekend with me, and just doing simple things like stacking coins. Trying to do physical therapy. Part of my physical therapy is stacking coins. It's playing cards. It's doing things with my hands to try to get this brain fog to lift a little. And, just having that network of people around you is worth the world. I'm going to tell you right now, when you're trying to heal, when you're trying to get over these things. So I would suggest that when you're putting your retirement plan together, although it may not make sense for you, like me, where I own some property and whatnot, It may not make sense for you to put money aside for long-term health care. You may want to take a strong look at that, because it's not for everybody, but it may be for you, and you may have the extra that you can put into those funds. So you know what? If you've gotten anything out of this video, I'd appreciate it if you go ahead and hit that like button and watch this video next.